sensation, the Isle of Man TT. We know that it attracts millions of viewers from around the world on television, and of course it attracts hundreds of thousands of spectators every year. It attracts so many spectators, I'm surprised that the island stays above the sea and doesn't sink, but it is absolutely fantastic. We are really looking forward to the TT this year. It will be interesting to see those up and coming riders, especially Lee Johnson and Peter Hickman back there on the mountain course, and of course our old favourites like Anstey and McGuinness as well. But will, down the line here, will Glenn Irwin get a chance to go to the TT this year? We know that he's moved to Paul Byrne Motorsport. We haven't really had any confirmation if he's going to race that on the road or not. He'll definitely be at the Northwest, we know that for certain sure, but we would love to see him as well as at the Northwest and the Ulster Grand Prix. We'd love to see Glenn Irwin at the TT too. So remember, that's the TT, the Isle of Man TT. You've been given the dates for your diary. Book it off work. Make sure you've got it all planned into your programmer if you're not going on the TV, so you can keep up to date with the highlight shows on ITV4. We look forward to the TT. It's a big one and it's going to be great.
You're listening to the 2016 Road Racing Preview on Motorcycle Sports Radio.
So next up after the Isle of Man TT are the Kells Road Races, which will be held on the 18th and 19th of June 2016. So you've only got a week to wait after the TT, so you won't get too sad about there being no racing on after the TT. Make sure that you keep up to date and you come and visit the Kells Road Races. Now we know that the Kells Road Races are run by the Kells and District Motorcycle Racing Club, which was founded in October 1992. Their first race then took place in 1994 at a circuit close to Kells at Dew Lane. So now basically the circuit, which is 2.2 miles long, is 10 kilometres from Kells in a place called Crossakeel. And if you want to know anything about staying in Crossakeel or going to visit the Kells Road Races, it's just Crossakeel, CROSSAKIEL.com. And also the website to get in touch with if you need to ask any questions about going or you need any information about the Kells Road Races themselves. It's www.kellsroadraces.com. That is www.kellsroadraces.com. So they've only been going 21 years, but this circuit is basically becoming ever more popular with the fans, and we know that it's a fantastic place to ride a bike. I don't know if you've ever ridden a motorcycle around this area, but the roads are absolutely stupendous. They're out of this world. So we hope to see you there as well on the 18th and 19th of June, Kells Road Races. This is Motorcycle Sports Radio, bringing you the best in motorcycle sports. So next up after the Kells Road Races, it's the Skerries 100. The Skerries 100 is coming to you on the 1st and 2nd of July 2016. So don't forget, that's another date for your diary, the 1st and 2nd of July for the Skerries 100. We know that the Skerries 100 is run by the Loch Shinnie Motorcycle Club, and if you need to get in touch or need any information or you're thinking about visiting Skerries, it's www.lochshinniemotorcycleclub.com. Just as it sounds, lochshinniemotorcycleclub.com. All the information's on there. Obviously these guys run the Killalane road races as well, so if you're thinking of visiting Killalane, which we'll come to later on in the show, you'll be able to get in touch with them through this website as well. All I would say to you is it's a fantastic place to visit, and if you have a chance and if you have to pick and choose where you're going to go, Skerries is definitely, for me, one of the places where there's a lot of buzz about the thing. So as with all of our races that we're featuring today on our 2016 road racing preview, the Skerries 100 has also a long and fine tradition in road racing. The first race at Skerries was July the 6th, 1946, when it was ran by the Dublin and District Motorcycle Club on a 7.1 mile circuit. Now, as we know, from 1987, the Loch Shinnie Motorcycle Club have been running the event to the present day. It was handed over to them in 1986, but their first one was 1987. It's now a 2.92 mile circuit and basically does attract a lot of the top names. And of course, who has the record for the most wins around the track? Of course, it's your man, Joey Dunlop. Isn't it great that Joey Dunlop still holds so many records in so many of these different circuits? It's such a shame that he's gone, but 17 wins at Skerries for Joey Dunlop. So that's Skerries. Remember, it's lochshinniemotorcycleclub.com, and we look forward to seeing you there too.
You're listening to the 2016 Road Racing Preview on Motorcycle Sports Radio. You're listening to Motorcycle Sports Radio. Remember to download the Spreaker app and follow us on Spreaker to be kept up to date with all of our latest broadcasts.
So next up, folks, is the Walderstown Road Races, also known as the Race of the South, ran by Four Motorcycle Racing Club very, very successfully since 1989, in fact, and also promoted by the Four Motorcycle Racing Club as well. So if you want to get in touch with Walderstown Races, if you're planning on going there this year, the website is www.4foremcrc.com. That is www.4foremcrc.com. Another great website, much the same as Mid Antrams as well, well maintained, lots of history and stuff on the website, commentation and contact links and merchandise and stuff like that as well. So remember 4mcrc.com if you want to get onto the website. So this Race of the South, basically a long and proud tradition as well, goes back some 30 odd years to August 26, 1973, when it was originally held, the Race of the South, by Fingal Motor Club on the Four Village Circuit near Castle Pollard, and we know that the Fingal Motor Club ran it up until 1979, when the North Dublin Motor Club took it over, and then they ran it up until 1987. Now, from what we can make out from the website here, there was no race in 1988 due to insurance problems, and then a new local based organisation, Four Motorcycle Racing Club, revived the meeting in 1989 and has been in charge of it, as I have said, ever since. Now, since the year 2000, the Four Motorcycle Racing Club Race of the South has been held on the Walderstown circuit, a few miles from Athlone, County Westmeath. So the Race of the South, the Walderstown circuit, comes in as one of our smallest circuits in the road racing calendar, 2 miles, or a little over 2 miles I should say, and some of the basically previous winners of that include Johnny Ray and Philip McCallan, Sam McClements, Robert Dunlop, Derek Young, to go on. There's so many absolutely fantastic names that have raced around the Race of the South. Martin Finnegan as well ran Farquhar. So a rich history for the Four Motorcycle Racing Club, the Race of the South, the Walderstown Road Races, which take place on the 9th and 10th of July.
You're listening to the 2016 Road Racing Preview on Motorcycle Sports Radio.
This is Motorcycle Sports Radio, bringing you the best in motorcycle sports. Next up, it's the Southern 100 back to the island for the Bullowen races on the 11th to the 14th of July 2016. Now, the Bullowen races run by the Southern 100 Motorcycle Club were first run in 1955. They attract a lot of top names in recent years. Guy Martin and Dean Harrison have done exceptionally well at the Southern 100 races. They are known as the island's national road races, and for a lot of fans and for a lot of riders alike, it is a more quiet time to enjoy the island. So don't miss the Southern 100 road races from the 11th to the 14th of July.
You're listening to Motorcycle Sports Radio. Remember to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Motorcycle Sports Radio, and on Twitter, it's @Bike Sports Radio. That's @Bike Sports Radio. Keep it on Motorcycle Sports Radio.
You can also get Motorcycle Sports Radio on iTunes and on TuneIn. So don't forget, wherever you go, you can take Motorcycle Sports Radio with you.
You're listening to Motorcycle Sports Radio. Remember to download the Spreaker app and follow us on Spreaker to be kept up to date with all of our latest broadcasts.
So we're back to Ireland now, folks, for the Faugheen 50 road races on the 23rd and 24th of July 2016. Now, if you need any information about Faugheen, it's www.faugheen50.com. That is faugheen50.com. And for those that might think it's a funny sounding word, it's Faugheen. So it's faugheen50.com for the website. Basically, a wee bit of history about it. Motorcycle road racing has been present in the Carrick-on-Suir area of South Tipperary since the early 70s, and the first races were held on a circuit around the village of Rathgormack. That circuit was used in the years of 1970 to 71, 72, but no racing was held in 73 to 75. In 1976, the road racing moved to the 2.3 mile circuit near Faugheen village outside Carrick-on-Suir. Some of the top names of Irish road racing at the time competed competed in Faugheen. Racers from overseas also raced over the Faugheen circuit, some from as far away as Australia. Sadly, that great era came to an end with the checkered flag of the last race in 1986 due to the running cost of the event. And in October 2001, a group of local motorcycle road race enthusiasts decided to look at the possibility of resurrecting the event. From that meeting of about 20 people, the Faugheen 50 Road Racing Club Limited was launched, and today the club has over 60 members from Tipperary and the adjoining counties. So the Faugheen Road Races especially is a very, very special story about races being resurrected from the ashes. I just think it's absolutely fantastic.
You're listening to the 2016 Road Racing Preview on Motorcycle Sports Radio.
This is Motorcycle Sports Radio, bringing you the best in motorcycle sports. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, road race fans, is the fantastic Armoy Road Races on the 29th and 30th of July 2016. So we all know about the rich history of Armoy, and we know that it is an absolute fan and rider favourite. The Armoy race circuit is 3.03 miles long and is in a triangular shape and is ridden in the anti-clockwise direction. Now the grid is set up in Grand Prix style with 3 groups of 9 riders up to a maximum of 27 riders starting each race. And of course we can't talk about Armoy without mentioning the Armada, which was established in 1977, and we know that the Armada consisted of Mervyn Robinson, Frank Kennedy and the brothers Joey and Jim Dunlop. The Armoy Armada quartet covered 3 seasons of racing from 1977 to 1979, and through their exploits they became the inspiration to many of today's road racers. So guys, you know the Armoy Road Racing Club runs the Armoy Road Races. It's on the 29th and the 30th of July. It's amrrc.com, so it's www.amrrc.com for the website for tourist attractions, information, bed and breakfast, dates, and all the history and everything is on there. It's an absolutely fantastic website. It is one of the best ones we have looked at so far in the programme today. So it's the Armoy Road Races on the 29th and 30th of July, and the website again is www.amrrc.com. So it's the Armoy Road Racing Club.com.
You're listening to Motorcycle Sports Radio. Remember to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Motorcycle Sports Radio, and on Twitter, it's at Bike Sports Radio. That's at Bike Sports Radio. Keep it on Motorcycle Sports Radio.
You can also get Motorcycle Sports Radio on iTunes and on TuneIn. So don't forget, wherever you go, you can take Motorcycle Sports Radio with you.
You're listening to Motorcycle Sports Radio. Remember to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Motorcycle Sports Radio, and on Twitter, it's at Bike Sports Radio. That's at Bike Sports Radio. Keep it on Motorcycle Sports Radio.
You can also get Motorcycle Sports Radio on iTunes and on TuneIn. So don't forget, wherever you go, you can take Motorcycle Sports Radio with you.
You're listening to the 2016 Road Racing Preview on Motorcycle Sports Radio.
So next up, and we're coming to the end now, ladies and gentlemen, is the Ulster Grand Prix from the 8th to the 13th of August 2016. It seems like such a long way away, but it will not be long going round. The world's fastest road race. How lucky are we to have that here in this country, road racing fans? If you're coming over, if you're thinking about visiting a race meet, come to the Ulster Grand Prix. It is absolutely fantastic. So we know that the first race took place in 1922, way back in 1922, and since then basically it's grown in size and stature and popularity, and of course it's one of the big massive international race meets that's up there, along with the Isle of Man TT and the Northwest 200 as well. The circuit's 7.3 miles. We know that it's on closed off public roads as well, and again the rider with the highest amount of wins around the Dundrod circuit is of course your man Joey Dunlop with 24 wins. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I've said it once, I've said it twice, it still astounds me that a man that's been gone for 15 years still holds these kind of records. So we look forward to seeing you for the Ulster Grand Prix from the 8th to the 13th of August. You're listening to Motorcycle Sports Radio, because two wheels are far better. So it's back to the island again, ladies and gentlemen, from the 20th of August.